Whoa, how is everybody? Happy Saturday! Happy Saturday. New pin release. New pin release. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a new pin release in aisle 5. There's been a new pin release. Holy smokes. That is like the talk of the town for us pin connoisseurs. It's like a new pin release. Hello, Katie Y. Casey's Corner of the World. Casey, there's been a new pin release. Christian Sanchez, what's going on? New pin release. I was over at, it was Wednesday. Yes, it was Wednesday. And then it was Thursday. And then Thursday, I went to the park with my family and we were just walking around looking at stuff. And I just happened to see there were new pins released. And I knew because 2 or 3 weeks ago when I went live, I showed some of them that I traded for. So I was like, okay, so these are the new pins. And the woman said, yes. So now you can actually purchase them. But there's a caveat to it. There's a little hook, and we're going to talk about it as we go through the pins, and we're going to save it right to the end until we show you. And we're going to show you every single pin. Do I have every single pin? No, I've got a couple, and I've got a couple packs, and we're going to do a opening of these new pins. I have some packs in front of me, and we're going to look at them together. I haven't seen them, and they're still sealed. So anyway, welcome in everybody. Hello, Jennifer. Happy Saturday. That's what I said. Dole Whip Day. What's going on? Thank you. Well, it's good to be back. It's good to be anywhere. And I am Chris. I am the Disney Baker. Welcome to the pin layer here. I am an avid pin collector. I am a Walt Disney World cast member. I am a baker pastry chef. And I collect Disney memorabilia and Disney pins. And my collection is over 11,000, and we're not trying to go that much over. We're pretty much trying to go the other way now to shrink it down. So, but I have a bunch of pins on frames on my wall, and I also make and design pin frames. So if you are a pin frame or a pin collector and you need a frame to put your pins on, get them out of the shoebox. Contact me through Instagram or send me a message here. Say, hey, I'm interested in getting a pin frame. What do you have? We'll switch emails. I'll send you some pictures and you tell me which one you like, and I'll let you know what the price is on. They're trust me. If you look at a round one that they sell, not a round one shaped like Mickey, and you turn it around at Disney and it's $49.99, and it'll hold maybe 12 to 15, 20, maybe 20 pins. Yeah. You want to get something that's going to hold a little bit more pins than that, because I'm sure you have more than 20 pins. So I'd just say hi to everybody that just came in. Jennifer was here. And would you get stuck on Big Thunder? Would I get stuck? So Christian said, would you get stuck on Big Thunder or Haunted Mansion? I'd rather get stuck on Haunted Mansion. There's more to see. If you get stuck on Big Thunder, it's just you're either outside in the sun or you're inside in the dark. So yeah. Hey, Ryan Rowe, welcome in. Good to see you. And Dole Whip Dave is back. Dole Whip Dave is back. Dave is back. Back again. And there is, everyone knows that Muppets 3D is leaving Hollywood Studios. Yes, it is. And to make room for Monsters, Montropolis, or whatever they're building over there for Monsters. But they did move out Cars over by Rock and Roller Coaster. So apparently what they're going to put in right there is going to be something themed, like not villains, but not villains thing going on there. So that's coming up, and that'll probably break at the end of May. We're hoping for. Hey, Jason, welcome in. Good to see you. And Theo, Sam Eagles here. Hello, everyone. So yeah, so the big talk about pins was that Disney was gonna. There's been a reurgency of pins recently. Now you're seeing more and more cast members wearing lanyards, wearing the velvet little squares, and they're really pushing pins again. At one point when I was making magic in Magic Kingdom and I was in the Emporium, we heard from up above, and not God, but we heard from the people in the offices up above that we weren't ever going to wear those again. But now that's all changed now that the 25th anniversary came out. And if you hadn't seen it, and if you're not aware, it is Disney's 25th anniversary of pin trading. This is a pin trading lanyard that I got for myself. And this is cast exclusive, unfortunately. So, and there are 25th anniversary pins that came out with that. And I had actually put one right next to me. This was one of the limited, it's not a limited edition, but it was one of the pins that came out. And I'm not showing you anything. And this is no diss on StreamYard, but StreamYard took away my accessibility to add a camera. And I'm not real happy about that. So I used to have this. This is my other camera, and I used to show you all my pins down here to my left, and I don't have that availability anymore. So I have to go like this. Anyway, so there it is, and that was the Mickey one. Now they have one that's similar to this, different characters. There's Mickey, Minnie, Dale, and Chip, and Donald, and Pluto, and Goofy, and Donald, and I think Daisy, to where they're all similar to this, and they're holding a disc, but the disc is an actual round pin board, and they've got like pictures of little pins on them. So they're also, and they're not limited. They're limited release, but they're not limited editions. But they're similar to this. So, and yeah, and I haven't fell down that rabbit hole yet, but I fell down a new one. You know, Pooh Corner, there's a lot of rabbit holes in Pooh Corner. You know, if you're not careful when you're Tigger, you're going to fall in one. So, 8:07 p.m. Yes, they are super quality. I agree with you, Sam Eagle. Theo said that the new pins are super quality. Ever since Disney switched manufacturers 2 years ago, they've really worked on the quality of the pin on pin and even the single pin. I was looking at I put it away. I was looking at a Elsa pin for the 100th anniversary, and I was just looking at how well made it was, going back into 2005 through like 2008, where the quality of pins really got better, and then around 8 and 2010 they started to drop off a little bit because of counterfeiters or what have you. And I just noticed these pin on pins. They came out with a Lilo and Stitch castle pin. So it's Lilo on one side, Stitch on the other side. And I've shown you these before, the castle pins. And the Lilo and Stitch come off of the castle part, but the castle part is a pin in itself. And they're going to be making other partner to go on that castle. Now, they almost hooked me yesterday. I almost bought one because the next series that came out, which was Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. And Winnie the Pooh's on one side and Tigger's on the other side. And that was the only reason I was going to buy it. But the main pin that has Lilo and Stitch on it with the castle gate, with the castle behind it, it's $30. Or it was it $39? No, it was $29.99. It's $30. So 10, 10, and 10. $10 for each part. And then the Winnie the Pooh and Tigger pin by itself on one card, both of them were on one card, were I believe $22.99. So they're making it so they kind of hook you in. So, but anyway, Chris the Tigger fan, I am. Love my Tiggers. There's no doubt. And I wore my Tigger shirt the other day when we went to Animal Kingdom, and people were saying, I like your Tigger shirt. And I would go, whoo. All right. So first, let's talk about trading pins. So I did some trading. Oh, and then I haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks, so um, I went to a a local yard sale, if you will, and I don't even know where I put my bag. I think it's in the other room, and a gentleman was selling a old, and I would have to say probably between 2010 2015 trader's bag, pin trading bag. It was a nice one, but it wasn't as small as they are. I mean, super big or anything. It was a nice size one, and I knew, and it had all the parks embroidered on it. And I wish I knew where I put it. I set it down somewhere, but when I picked it up, it didn't have. It didn't have. It's me, David T. What's up? Hello, humans. Yeah. Um, does everybody do that, David, when you come in? I'll do it. Yay! And it had no pins in it. And he said, yeah, that doesn't have any pins in it. And I said, oh, okay. I said, it looks pretty cool. And it's been a couple weeks, and I think I said to him, I said, how much for it? And I think maybe he said like $5 or $3 or something like that. I said, sold. You know, it's a yard sale where people just want to get rid of stuff. They don't want to take stuff back home. And we've all been to yard sales like that where stuff is just super overpriced and they're going to take it back home. So he was talking to another gentleman, and then I talked back to him, and he said, I said, do you have any pins? And he goes, oh, sure. And he grabs this bag. It's a bag kind of like you would put onions in, at the market. And he sets them down on the table. He says, they're in there. I'm like, okay. And he's still talking to this gentleman next to me. And I'm looking at him, and I literally reached into the bag, and I didn't pull it even all the way out. I pulled a pin out, and I looked at it, and I just put it back in the bag and just kind of pushed the plastic down and was going to wait for him to stop talking. And when he did, he said, so did you see any in there that you liked? And I said, yeah. I said, how much would you like for it? And again, it's been a couple weeks, but I don't believe it was more. I don't believe it was over $10. You know, and he told me the price, and I said sold. So I paid for him, and I remember bringing them home that night and looking through them, and you're going to see them tonight. So I'll show you those tonight too. So it's good to see you guys in here. Casey's Corner of the World. How are you? It's good to see you. See you soon, buddy. See you soon. Now, everyone but yours was a proper reply. Yeah, well, I it, you know, when you're at the parks, again, you guys know me. I'm a kid, and I'm a kid at heart. So if I can go to the laugh floor, I always want to be that guy, So soon, soon I'll be that guy. So anyway, so I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Do us a favor, smash that like button, share us out. Please hit that share us on as many social medias as you can. I am really, 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 really close. I'm still like, I don't know. I think we're trying, but I think I'm still like 760, 768 away from being monetized, and I just get over that hurdle. And so do us a favor, just smash us out. Let anybody know. Anybody just say, hey, come watch the Baker. We appreciate it. So, but let's get to some pins I traded. So, the weird thing is, some of these pins, I honestly, I know they're the foodie pins, and I know they're, and I have my phone here, and that's the best way. And if I didn't show you that last time, just get your phone out. I have a droid. I mean, I don't have a droid like R2D2, but I have this droid, and I just take a picture of it, and it's going to tell me who it is, and it comes up like that. And then I scroll down, and it's a Munchling. It's the Munchling Series 2, and that does not look like Thumper. Let's see what it says. It is. This is supposed to be. This is Thumper. He's got carrots. So that's Thumper. And that's a Munchling. So I traded for that one. And then I'm going to do these to all of them. But this one here, everybody should know who this is. This is also a Munchling. And just by the ears, you know that's Stitch. And he is a pineapple upside down cake. Yep. And then I've got this one. And this one's really cute. And I know this has to be, you take the backing off of it, it would help. This one I'm going to cheat and go ahead and use my Google Lens. Take a quick pic and scroll down. And it is a Minnie Mouse, but we knew that. Is it a slice of pizza? It is. It's a slice of pepperoni pizza. Why would they put Minnie Mouse in pepperoni pizza? Look at that. That's a Minnie Mouse because she's winking at you. And she's got her little bow on top. That's, I guess, made with little pepperonis too. But there she is. She's a Munchling. Munchlings, when Munchlings came out and I was working in the Emporium, I remember. I remember when they plan stocked it backstage and they let us all know, hey, this is going to happen. This is a thing. And we didn't know how it was going to take off. And I remember the number one item that sold the most was a Baymax. It was a Baymax. Oh, I know it. I can think of it. It's it's marshmallow and chocolate with 2 granola cookies. Not granola cookies. Yeah, 2 graham crackers. He was a s'more pillow, and he smelled like a s'more pillow. And that was like the first thing that sold out. And it was like, yes, Baymax s'more. Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer's like, I got that. Yes. It was fantastic, and it sold out like crazy. I'm gonna guess you can still find them, um, on Macari, or let me turn my microphone a little bit, on Macari or eBay somewhere. Um, but yeah, that one went like wildfire. It sure did. Now this one is Donald, and I'm gonna guess he is an ear of corn. That's what Donald is. He is mystery pin. These are all came from mystery packs. He is a Munchling, and he is featuring Donald as a ear of corn called Mexican street corn. So I traded for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule me a whatnot coming up here real soon, and we're gonna put these on my whatnot board, and we're gonna just see who wants them. Now this one, I'm pretty sure I knew who this guy was. And let's get this one out of here. And because I like Winnie the Pooh, I thought he looked like Al. So let's find out. The image, yep, that's who he is. It's Al from Winnie the Pooh. And that's a new pin from the 100 Acre Woods series. I like that. So, and then this one, I know when I did this one yesterday, and when this one came across, I was like, well, I'll have to look to see where it's from. And I thought it would have been from like Shanghai or somewhere like that. And this is a limited edition. I need a little bit more light here. Let me turn my other light on here. Doo-doo-doo. Hopefully this won't mess you guys up. Seeing me. It is adorable. This is a limited edition 400 Disney Studio Store Hollywood. So this one came out of California. Disney Studio Store Hollywood limited edition 400. Pretty sure it's a 400. It has a little smudge on the back. Yeah, 400. And I had no idea. And let me put it on my crushed black velvet there. We'll take a picture of it. We'll get a little bit more information. And Daisy's just sitting there. She's holding the ice cream cone on her elbows. It says the image shown, a Disney trading pin featuring Daisy Duck in a black and white design, holding a pink ice cream cone. And I'll see if I can get some more information on it. And it also tells you, this also tells you what the going prices are for them, whether it's Mercari or Etsy or wherever. And that's all the information. It tells you it's going for approximately $9. It doesn't give me any more information than that. So, but it does say that Disney, it does say the Hollywood store. So, and then there's one more, and you all have seen this guy before. And this is one of the newer pins that started coming out in 2023, and it's Sheriff Woody. And if you notice, they have the Pixar ball there instead of the Mickey ears. Instead of the Mickey, it's a Pixar ball. So Marvel has their Marvel sign now. Pixar has theirs. Star Wars has theirs. And Disney has theirs. So now they're all with their own sign. All right, so let's talk about the new pins that came out. So, and I'm going to just go ahead and put on the ones that I showed the last time I was live and show you all these pins. And I got these pins. I traded these pins from cast members more than, I think, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And I was very intrigued by them. And they said they weren't released yet into the stores for anyone to buy. If you know anything about pins, let me just make sure I say hello to chat. Anytime you had a hidden Mickey pin, the only way you were able to get a hidden Mickey pin was from a cast member. And I didn't show this pin. I'll show this pin at the same time. Maybe somebody can tell me what Marvel character this is from. I traded this one yesterday too, but I'll cover it up. So these were the pins that I traded a couple weeks back. Okay, so you have Tiana, Ursula, and these are all the Walt Disney World Ds, and this is Hatbox Ghost, and then this is actually a castle, and that one is actually, it's from Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey. All right. So this really intrigued me. Dave's Disney Dream. What's up, Dave? How are you doing? Dave's my piano singing buddy. How you doing, Dave? Yes. All right. So this is kind of what we're going to look at tonight. But before we go to that, does anybody know what Marvel character that is? I picked this pin up today, and it's kind of like has a plastic coating on it, but it's a Disney pin, but I don't know what that is. Hello, Paul Engel. What's going on? Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I'm doing good, Dave. Doing good. Dave and I went and saw Yeehaw Bob. Got me a picture of Yeehaw Bob. Dave was there, and I went and saw Dave. Chris, all the best. Yeehaw Bob. Bob Jackson is absolutely amazing. And he plays over at, I know where he plays. It's going to be on here. He plays over at Port Orleans, Riverside. Captain Marvel. That's Captain Marvel's pen? I did not know that. Wow. Well, I mean, is it a newer pen or an older pen? Because that's a pretty cool pen. It doesn't look new. It's War Machine symbol. Wow, that's interesting. The War. Wow. It says War Machine symbol. It was Captain Marvel. Definitely, that's it. Well, it's definitely from Marvel. It says Marvel War Machine symbol, miscellaneous Disney licensed. Open. It's an open edition pin, and it doesn't say what yet. It came out in April 19th, 2018. So that pin's been around for a minute. I guess I'll hang on to that one. And I found that on Pin Pop. Pin Pop. So anyway, let's go to all the cool stuff that's about to happen. All right, so these are the pins that kind of got me thinking, well, what other pins are going to come? And then a friend of mine sent me a text and said, here are the pins. And they're coming out soon. Didn't say when, just said they're coming out soon. I got to grab my trash can. Hold on. Wait, I have somewhere to throw my trash. He said they're coming out soon. So, hey, Jeff, what's going on? Jeff Conda's here. He slid right in. I didn't even see him come in. All right. So, these are the way the packs are sold. And I like it. Being a baker, I think anytime, if you're a pastry chef, you're a sous chef, you're a cook, you want that plate going out looking beautiful, because that's the first thing that people eat with their eyes first. And I saw that, and I saw the castle, and I'm like, I like that. I like that a lot. And I like how they only used half, and it says 25th anniversary hidden Disney mystery pouch. Okay. Now each mystery pouch holds 2 pins. Each mystery pouch is $19.99. Okay? So here we go. And they come in their own little baggie. Okay? Okay. But wait, there's more. Okay, I should be playing anticipation. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you what we're looking for. Woo, look at that. I don't know how I get around that. I don't know if I can move that or what, but see if I can do that. Nope. See if I can do this. Nope. See if I can do this. Nope, there I am. Yes, there, that works. Okay. So let's talk about this a little bit. Okay. So this is the Disney pin product review sheet. Okay. And this was sent to me by someone. Okay. Walt Disney World Hidden Disney. And these are all hidden Mickey pins. They start with set 1. which is Pin Trading 25th anniversary. We've got Mickey, Ariel, Dopey, Simba, Cheshire Cat, and who is that? Come on, everybody knows who that is. It's Yzma. No, it's not Yzma, it's Figment. So, and then you have ears, then you have castles, and then you have characters in front of the Disney D like I showed you. So I already have three out of the 6 here, right? And then I don't have any of those. Oh, wait. I didn't show you this guy. And I traded for, let's go back to that. Let's go back out of that. I traded for Hades yesterday, not knowing he was part of that. Okay, so back to this. So, go back. I'll be back down here. Can I move myself? I can't move myself. Okay. So, and Hades is in there. All right. And then here, where's Hades? Hades is right there. Can you guys see my cursor? You can't see my cursor, can you? Nope. Oh, okay. And then you have Donald at the bottom. Okay. And Donald's doing all the seasons. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go back to the top. All right. So we're going to go to here. I don't know how I can do this. I don't know how I can move that other than doing that. Okay. So here's your first row. All right. You have Mickey and Ariel and Dopey, Cheshire Cat, and Simba. So if we look at them all each individually, and then you have your hidden Mickey. I wish I had a pointer that would work, but you have your hidden Mickey over the 5, and he's right there next to the stars. And he says 25 years of pin trading. And then you have a close-up of Ariel. Dopey. He looks so cute. Where's Ariel's Mickey? Oh, it's on her right shoulder. And then you have Dopey over his left shoulder. You have Cheshire Cat over his left shoulder. And then you have Simba over his right shoulder. Hello, Mark. Welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're looking at the new pins that were released for purchase now and that are on trading boards. All right. So then as we scroll down, then we go into the ears. And then you have the ears, and then you have Ariel. These are treats. Stitch ears. Pirate ears. Now, I think this is pirate red. So I can't see my comments right now, but I think that's pirate red. Let me look at my right. Yeah, I can see I can see you guys. Everybody's saying hello to Mark. Hello. Hello, Mark. All right, going back here. And then we have mini ears. Now, I'm kind of confused here. Okay. I'm not being picky. I'm just kind of confused here. When does Minnie wear a pair of shorts with 2 white buttons on them? Just saying. Just saying. It's got Minnie's bow, but it's got Donald pants. just putting it out there. Don't just saying. Yes, Katie. Yes, that's what it would be. Yes. Yes, and Jason say cross-dressing. Yep. And there you go. Maybe. Yep. All right. So the next one are called Cinderella Castles. Now, these I got from a different site. I found these on a different site. And I pulled them in just because they look nicer. So you have this one is called Walt and Mickey, and he's saying it's got the lettering on it. Says, "Oh boy." I really like that. I think that's pretty cool. This one is called Castle Candy Apples. And can anyone in chat tell me what the ears are made out of on the candy apples? Has anybody ever had one? And it's also a hidden Mickey. And bottom left, bottom, your bottom right, my bottom right. This is also bottom right. Anybody know if you've ever had a candy apple at Disney, what do they make the ears from? This is called Castle Balloons. Yes, the ears. Yes, Jennifer, correct. Yes, Paul. Yes, correct. Yes, they are made out of marshmallows. Correct. This is called balloons. I love this. I love this when they put this on the castle and the up balloons go up. I think that's so cool. This one is called Haunted Mansion. I really like this one. It's really cool. So that's Castle Haunted Mansion. And this is the one that I traded for. So this is Sorcerer Mickey. Castle Sorcerer Mickey. So the next ones are what they call the Disney D. Okay, so this is the Disney D. So the first one you have is Gaston, Hitchhiking Ghost, which you saw I already traded for. Thumper, who is so cute. Tiana, which I also traded for. And Miss Good Looking herself, Ursula. So the next ones that came out are these. Now, these have a different name. Now, if I go back, I had my phone. Let me grab my phone. Because they identified these. Let me look into my pictures. And they called this Blue Color Story. The ones with the D's above them were Walt Disney World D, but these are called Blue Color Story. All right. So we have the first one. Well, of course, 626 Skateboarding Stitch. I love it. And then we have Bruni from Frozen 2. And then we have Dory from Finding Nemo. The one you just saw a little while ago was Huncules from Huncules, which is Hercules. You have Zeus. No, it's not Zeus. It's Hades. Hades. Did I say Hercules earlier? I may have. And then you have Sadness from Inside Out. All right, so then they leave the best, semi-best for last. It's Donald. You got to have a Donald series. And you have Donald at Valentine's Day. You have St. Patrick's Day. Stealing the Easter eggs on Easter. Independence Day, which I really like this one because if you see his eyes, his glasses, I love his glasses, you know, with stars and stripes, but his eyes are saying he's not drinking orange juice, maybe with a little vodka or something in it, maybe. And then we have Halloween, where he's got a ghost on his cape. He's got a top hat. Okay, so you've seen all of these. Now I'm going to show you something you didn't see. You didn't see this. Now, if you had a fast eye, you saw this. These are called chasers. Okay, years back, when not too many years back when they had the hidden Mickey pins, they came out with chasers. The chaser was the pin that you got. We called them completer pins. Was the completer pin. Now they call them chasers. They've started calling them chasers years back. We called it a completer pin. If you got this last pin, you had all the ones before it, you had a complete set. So starting at the top, your completer pin is your chaser is Figment. Okay. Your ear is Orange Bird. For the castle, it's Epcot. Now, this is not clear at all, but I saw a clearer one today on a video, and it looks just like Spaceship Earth. But the one thing in the video that I watched where, some video pin friends of mine were talking about, they had two of these, and they were opening them up literally at the park. And they got two of these in a multiple number of packs that they bought. And the colors were just a little bit different. So don't let that lean you one way or another, whether it's a fake or not. These are brand new, so there are no fakes out there. But that one's going to be a pretty cool one. This one I love. It's Minnie and Mickey as a chaser for the Walt Disney World D. This one I love. Covering the blue is the chaser is Genie, of course. And then you have Donald as a chaser for Christmas. Now, the nice thing that I like about these is they have color in them. I'll say back in the day, and I'm going to grab one off a board here if I can find one close enough. They had chasers. I don't have one near me. They had chasers that had no color. So the chasers had no color whatsoever. And it was just like a pin. So that was the chaser, had no color. I don't have any within reach. Oh, yeah, I might have some within reach. Hold on. Within reach of having nothing fall down. That's what I call within reach. They went, grab one out of here right quick. Nope. So, but I will show you, they went from no color. They went from no color on the pins. Where's my felt board? To like a purplish color. And this was a Hidden Mickey series that came out about 2 years ago. And that's, of course, Steamboat Willie. So then they went to this. So they did give it some color. So, but they're kind of a light purplish. So now they're back to, now they're doing color again. Hello, everybody. All right, so I'm gonna pop off of here and go back into comments so I can see who's here. All right, and now we're going to open. Now we're going to open. So now you know what we're looking for. Now, at the end of this, before we're all done, unless I get one, if I get one, I'll show it right away, and then I'll show you what it is. But there is another surprise to this collection. Okay. So if I get one, I'll show you. If not, we're going to wait until I open all my packs. So your packs are like this, and I'm not even going to feel them. That's not how I open. I don't want to feel them. I don't want to be like, I don't shake my Christmas gifts before I open them. And Pete's here. Hey, Pete McDevitt. How are you? No, and actually, Pete, we haven't given away the shoebox yet, so you haven't won, not yet. All right, so the first one is Skateboard Stitch 626. He is cool. All right, and we're gonna line these up right across here. So 626 Stitch. And I like how they put them in their own little bags. And when you guys are done here, Go over Kelly. Kelly. I was thinking of you today. I sent you a message. Well, hold on. And if when you're done here, guys, go over to Pete's channel. Pete McDevitt. He's going to be doing, I believe it's the Cubs. Hold on, I have it right here. He's going to be doing the Chicago Cubs and the LA Dodgers. He does baseball play-by-play. So after you leave here, go see him. We have Walt Disney World D, and we have Gaston. Look at that. Good to see you, Kelly. If you want to jump in, Kelly, I can throw you the link. I didn't know if you'd be busy. I know I did something different. I went live on a Saturday. All right, we're going to do pack number 2. Pack number 2. Well, AFA, what's going on? Hey, Molly, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see everybody coming in saying hello. Good to see you. So, these are we're opening up the new mystery pouches, the Hidden Disney mystery pouches. All right. Cut the top off of that one. Cut the top off of this one. And if you missed all the ones that we were talking about, go back later and see all the ones that we were talking about. Excuse me, because I showed all of them. I have a listing of all of them. Here, I can pop in. I can pop in over there. I can show you what they're going to look like. Zip to the top. This is what we're looking for. There they are. Thanks, Katie. Yep. These are the new pins that were released for sale now. Now they're for sale. Okay. And our next pin is the Donald season series, and that's St. Patrick's Day. That's St. Patrick's Day Donald. Look at him. Hey, cool. And the next one is Ariel, 25 years of pin trading. And these are all hidden Mickeys. That hidden Mickey right over her shoulder. This is what got me years ago when I started pin trading. Seeing the hidden Mickeys I was trading before the hidden Mickeys even came out. But when they did come out, everybody was I can look in here. I remember one series that came out. I'll look in this box, and I have two. I know I have two of them in here. Excuse me. Oh, here's one of those pins I was talking about. Here's a chaser. This is a chaser of the Seven Dwarfs, and that's Happy. That's how they used to come out and had no color. I knew I had one in here, just couldn't find it. And there it is. There's Donald. Yep, I have Donald. And Pete, I don't know if Preston has heard, they're redoing his ride, so he won't be able to cheat anymore. I was at Hollywood Studios the day this series came out. This is called Skydivers. And this was Minnie and Mickey. This was Goofy, Donald, and I believe it was Pluto. And these were hidden Mickeys. And in one day, in about 5-6 hours, I collected the whole set. And then the next day I started collecting more. That just made me excited about hidden Mickeys. I just thought that was really, really cool. Um, and then I started collecting hidden Mickeys. I have I think a whole board back there is just nothing but hidden Mickeys. So let's continue. I digress, so they say. So we're on our next pack. And like I said, I'm not gonna feel them. I'm just gonna cut the plastic and open them. Thank you everyone for coming in tonight, talking pins and saying hello. Happy is the fattest dwarf. Yes, he is. And my son used to go in the movie Snow White when they're introducing themselves. He says, "I'm happy, ma'am." And my son thought he said, "I'm happy, man." So he would go around and go, "I'm happy, man. I'm happy, man." Kelly out here, fat shaming. That's funny. Oh, he is the fattest dwarf though. Hold on 1 second. Let me do something here. One second. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. Back to the place of origin. Oh, it's the Donald I wanted. Look at his eyes. He's got the coolest sunglasses. But he's in his lounge chair with his drink, and he's like, "Happy 4th of July." I love that. I love it. I think it's cool. So that I wanted that one, so that's cool. And here's the next one. And it's the boss. It's Mickey. 25 years of Disney pin trading. Now, so what's been happening, there's already, I think, 3 trading sites that people have set up just to trade these pins. So I'm going to probably get on them and trade away and see if I can trade up to get a complete set. So we'll see. I'd really like to get the castle pins because I do like castle pins. All right, what's this one? Here's the one. Here we go. It's Mickey ears with a mini bow with Mickey shorts. There it is. Yeah, I like the castle pins. Oh, we got a castle pin. Oh, it's Sorcerer. See, I can trade that one off. I can get on a site and trade that as a Sorcerer. It's got, if you look close, it's got all the Sorcerer Mickey hats on there. What's going on, Richard? Good to see you. Congratulations on the anniversary of your movie. Richard, you should have been here from the beginning. I mean, we're opening up the pins from the new collection series that was released, the Hidden Mickey collection series. The bags look like this. So go back later on and go back and watch. Well, you know what? We can go back in a few seconds because this is another pack I have to open. All right. And then I promise I won't leave you in any suspense. I'll tell you the secret after I open this pack of what they did. And it's gonna surprise you. It surprised me. Oh, another Donald. Nice. So we got 3 so far out of the 5 Donalds. That's Valentine's Day. I like that. Baker, how much are the packs are there's 2 pins in a pack for $19.99. And there's Figment. And we all know Figment is he's a completer pin. So he completes the 25th set. All right, so let's look. He's the chaser. Yep, let's look back at that. So let's go. Who gets there first? Okay, so go ahead, Katie. Thank you. All right, so here they are. All right, now I'm going to share a little bit with you. We're gonna scroll down here, and I'm going to show you these. All right, now these are the chasers, but I want you to I want to show you another chaser, and we're going to go back up to the top, and I want to show you across the top something that when I was counting these, trying to get them all, lined up, I'm like, okay, well, great. There's 6 of every pin, 6 of every pin, 6 of every pin, until I got to the ears. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's 7. What did I miss? And then I saw it. And here it is. This I've never seen before. It is Super Chaser Cinderella Castle. This is the Super Chaser that if you get every pin in all of these sets, it's not complete until you have that one. And that's the one I was really hoping I'd get. That is a cool pin. It's got the Disney D, it's got the castle, it's got Mickey. And again, I apologize for the blurriness, but it is really cool. So in actuality, there's 7 Mickey ears, but this is the Super Chaser, and they've never done a Super Chaser before. So that's exciting. They let me see. That's a very good question. I don't think any of these are LEs. But let's take a look. Spaceship Ears, what's going on? Hello, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Okay, we have this says Hidden Disney Pin 1 of 5. Okay, and it just says 2025. These are not limited editions. These are probably just general release. But it would be interesting to find out. Let me look at a chaser, because I do have one. I have the Figment. Let me see if he's an LE. Aha, very interesting. No, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. If I say aha, hold on. I say aha because okay, this is really interesting. So, and I'll show it to you because it really if you've been following me for a minute, I've told you about the newer pins that came out, and I'm going to grab one from down here. Let's grab this one. All right, so on the back, let me get my pointer here. On the back of these pins, you have this fake Mickey diamond, if you will. Okay? Now, they're really doing a good job. These are really covered up now with this like hard plastic. It's clear. So it's really, really good. It's raised over. Okay? And here's what's interesting. Now that was just on a regular Munchling Bambi pin. Okay. When you look at the back of the 25-year pin, it says 25 years. See it? Bottom corner here? Right here. Where's my thumb? Right there. Right there. It says 25 years. Okay. It has the fake Mickey diamond right there. Okay. But what I was doing, and I'll show you one that doesn't have it, and this is Gaston. Now, it's big enough to have it, but it doesn't. It has the fake diamond, if you will, there. Okay. But it does not have the 25th anniversary one. There's Mickey. There's Figment. On the back of both of them, it says 25 years of pin trading. That's very interesting. So that's already sets those apart from all the other pins in the series, because Donald doesn't have it. Stitch doesn't have it. None of the Donalds have it. The castle I have doesn't have it. The ears, there's no room for it on the ears. So that doesn't have it. So let's look a little closer. See if it does have anything else on there. Okay, even though this, which one was I looking at? Was it Mickey? Or was it Gaston? The Gaston pin. The Gaston pin says hidden Disney pin 1 of 5. Okay, 1 of 5. And then it's going to have the completer pin. Okay, and it says that 1 of 5. Let's see if any of the other pins. Let's see what Ariel has. Now, Ariel also was a 25th anniversary pin, 25 years. Hers also says 25 years on the back. Hers says hidden Disney pin 3 of 5. Now, why do these say it and I just can't read it? Yes, they do. Yes, Mickey is 1 of 5 also. So yes, they say it. Oh. But Figment says hidden Mickey chaser pin. His says chaser pin on the back of it. So this series of these guys, and I'll put it up there, of these guys, of those guys, those are going to be higher in value and higher in people looking for them. And I'd also say maybe the ears, because that Cinderella castle ear is definitely going to be super sought after. I mean, this one's just, everybody's going to be wanting that. But I will tell you, you can't tell. I mean, you can feel the outside of the bag all you want, and you're not going to be able to tell what's what at all. I wouldn't have done it anyway, but you can't. I mean, honestly, yes. Would you be able to tell if your bag feels like these guys? That there's 2 of these in a yes. Can you kind of feel that out through the plastic? Through the double plastic? Yeah. Yeah, if you could. But you know what they're doing? These aren't just willy-nilly. These are actually locked. They have those little red locks on them. They'll have 3 or 4 packs with a lock, 3 or 4 packs. So if you need them, you have to get a cast member. So let's review what we got here. We got Ariel 25th anniversary. We got a Mickey 25 years. We have the Chaser, Figment. We have a Disney D of Gaston. We have a Disney D, which I already had, of Tiana. So there's 4. There's 2 of them. I already had Ursula that I traded for. Hatbox Ghost. So I have 4 out of the 6 of those if I include the Chaser. Of the Blue series, I only have 1. That's Hades. Of the Castle series, I have 2 of the same. Sorcerer Mickey and Sorcerer Mickey. Of the ears, Mickey ears, I have many. Oh, of the other Blue series, I'm sorry, I do have 2 of the Blue series. I got Stitch 626. I got him. So him and Hades are the Blue series, and that's what they're actually called. And then the Donald seasons, I have Independence Day Donald, who will have a hangover in the morning. Then there's St. Patrick's Day Donald with his hat and cane. And then, last but not least, I have Valentine's Donald holding a box of chocolates.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Oh. So those are the ones I got. So now, what's going to happen next with those? They're going to be flying out of the parks. And when I say they're going to be flying out of the parks, they're going to be flying out of the parks. Because everybody's going to want these sets. So now it's traders or newer traders will maybe buy a mystery pack and don't know what they have. And then they'll just go to a pin board and they'll trade it. Maybe they'll trade Figment away because they don't like Figment. They don't know he's a chaser because it's new. But they're going to trade it away anyway. They won't keep a Mickey because they won't know he's new. So, do you, as a collector, is that what you're looking for? Sure. I do what I call drive-bys. I'll see a pin board out, especially if I'm doing something with the family and we're not, pin trading that day. I always have pin. I always keep pins. I have my pin pouch. Where's my pin pouch? It's got it right there. I have my pin pouch with me all the time. There it is. Sue Cargo. If you don't know Sue Cargo, Sue Cargo made me this pin pouch, Splash Mountain. It's fantastic. I load it up, and when I say I load it up with pins, I load it up till I can't hardly zipper it anymore, and it's already got pins in it, and I can fit. I don't know. I could probably fit about 20, 25 pins in here, and she made me this because she's awesome. And I was the last YouTuber to stream live Splash Mountain at Walt Disney World. I was the Disney Baker. I was, yes. But I also had Disney Nerd Herders with me. So they were hanging out with me. Yes, you got to have your pin pouch ready. Kelly, I sent you a link, by the way, on Insta. But yeah, I was the last Disney. Cargo's is amazing. Um, I was the last Disney YouTuber to go down Splash Mountain streaming live. And here's the kicker: we got on the ride at like, I think it was like 14 minutes till midnight, and we didn't get off the ride till after midnight. So we really rode it once in 2 days. The day it was open and the day it was closed. So we rode it. I actually rode it the day it was closed. So that's pretty cool. Not many people can say that. So, and you go back in, and you can see there's a part A and a part B. Part B has not been released yet to the public, but it will be. And but part A is, and it was a fun day. It was a lot of fun day. Okay, so now let's talk about. Oh, that's cool. Well, thanks for bringing up the stream. Yes, we do need to stream together soon. Yes, yes, and I've last non-cast member from the ride itself. The last non-cast member. There were after the ride, correct. While the ride, yes, and then after everybody was off, they let the cast members that were operating the ride that day. Hey, what's up? What's up, Nick? They let the cast members go down that were operating the ride that day, which I thought was pretty cool. Good to see you, Nick. How are you? If anybody doesn't know Nick, that's Movie Mania Nick. Okay, so let's stick with hey Bethina, how are you? Welcome in. Let's stick with the anniversary, 25th anniversary of Walt Disney World pins. Okay, so they came out with another set. I'm just going to call these the ribbon sets because that's pretty much what they are. There's a ribbon. Excuse me. There's a ribbon on the pin, and the pins spin. I can open this up and just take it off, and they hang. So if you want to hang them from something, they can hang, but they spin around. If you want that to show in the front. And what that says is, again, get my handy dandy microscope out here. This one also says 25 years. It also has that Diamond Mickey on the back. This is a limited edition 4000. And these are pre-production. Mickey is pre-production. Okay. So then after I bought Mickey, I didn't know there was going to be different ones. So after I bought Mickey, I saw that there was a Minnie. Well, if you got a Mickey, you got to have a Minnie, right? All is well. Thank you very much, Nick. Okay. And this one on the back says completist. Disney Pins 2025. Limited edition 4000. But this one on the back says completist. So I'm guessing each one is going to say something different. So when I was at the parks on Thursday, I saw this one. Oh, did I show you the front of Minnie? I'm sorry. The front of Minnie. She looks so cute. She's having a party. Okay. And then there's Donald. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know they were coming out with more. I just thought, you know, something I just noticed that I didn't notice before. Mickey's holding a pin in his hand. Because I just noticed it when I held up Donald. Donald's holding a pin in his hand. but Minnie is not, because Minnie doesn't collect pins. So Donald, I saw the Donald pin, and of course, as you can see, I went ahead and I picked up Donald. Now, these are a little on the higher end side. These are $22.99 a piece. And anybody that knows anything, when you're collecting something, you're going to have to pay something at the beginning. And especially if it's, one second. Especially if you think it's going to be something rare or maybe have value later. Nick can agree with me. Sometimes you go somewhere to meet somebody or see somebody or go buy something that's autographed by somebody, you're going to pay a little bit more money. So this one also says artist proof. And this is also limited edition and also marked with the new markings with the fake diamond on the back. And this is Donald. And that's also said artist proof. And they do look like that's fascinating that you should say that, Katie, because back here on my back table, one second, I've got my room cleared enough where I can roll around now. I am back. I do have I have Walt Disney World half marathon, and this is for the 50th. This is for the half marathon, and there's Donald on one side and Daisy on the other. It's the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and I have them. And these are pins. These are also pins. And then I have this one, and this was from the Goofy Challenge, and this is the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And this was the Goofy Challenge, which is when you run all the races. And these are miniatures of what you would have gotten and Goofy moves. He actually goes all the way upside down. That's funny you should mention that because I have those. Yeah, so my collection is extensive. So then yesterday when I went to the park yesterday, I found another one of the ribbon series that I didn't have. And it's Chip and Dale, and they're trading pins with each other. Is that not cute? Look what they're doing. They're trading pins with each other. And again, these are all limited edition. And I believe this one is also up to 4,000. And this says, this is a top trader. Whatever that means. And this is also down at the bottom, it says limited edition 4,000. Now, limited edition 4,000, I don't think is a very low number. But being that it is the 25th anniversary of Disney pin trading, do I think that's going to come into play at some point? I do. I really do. Do I think I'll find these pins at Cast Connection? No. Only because they're going to kind of want to keep selling them, and they'll keep them at the locations for as long as they can. And they are behind the plexiglass, so you have to ask for them. So as you all know, also, I do Rescue Rangers. What did we see? We saw something Rescue Rangers the other day. One of the rescue rangers was signing autographs over at Animal Kingdom. I do like Pinocchio. And Pinocchio just had his 85th year. So they're celebrating that. The 85th year of Pinocchio is the 25th year of Walt Disney World pin trading. Okay. And they have this limited edition. And again, I didn't look to see what the limited edition was when I purchased it. And these were $22.99. I love that one. And the cool part is if I can focus this, on the bottom part right there. Oh, maybe almost had it. We're looking at the little emblem at the bottom. Right there. It says 80, if I'm not mistaken, it says 85 years. It does. It's the little let your conscience be your guide star. And it's down at the bottom and it says 85 years. Yeah, and these are pin on pin. I don't know if you guys can see that. These are pin on pin. Well made. We talked about that earlier. These are well made. And again, the pin back is nice. But we're going to look at the back of the pin and we're going to see. Oh, have a good night. Thanks for being here, Mark. Appreciate you. Next time you're in the park, give me a shout out on Insta. Let me know you're here. We can hang out. Oh, let's see. Now see, this is interesting. This is limited edition. Now this is limited edition 2000. So that's a much better number than the 4. I still think the 4 is a good number because of how many they'll sell. But this being a 2000 limited edition, 2000 pieces, especially for 85 years ago. That's a minute. All right, so here's the next one they had. They had 2 of them. And there he is with his good old friend Jiminy Cricket, telling him to let his conscience be his guide. His little star at the bottom says 85 years. His badge of courage, I think it was. Let your conscience be your guide, and we'll see how many this one is. And this is also limited edition 2000. If you notice, I handle my pens from the side. I don't usually handle them from the front and back. And as I open those other ones earlier, I normally just, handle them from the point back. And then I pick them up from the back. I pick them up from these little things. That way you don't get your body oils all over them. So that was those. Now, at least I'm younger than Pinocchio. Yeah, well, me too. All right, so let's get into some of the pins that I bought at the yard sale. And I'm going to turn my table around here. And we'll set this one up here because this will be one of the first ones we go over. Oh, if you have any questions about pins, please ask. And I hope I'm not boring you. Oh, I'm sorry. And we had this one too. Treats. So now we have two Mickey ears. Minnie and Treats. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm going to set up a whatnot coming up here next week. We're going to do a whatnot pin show. All right. So we're going to kind of go through these. And let me see here. because we knew Dad Builds was going to start at 9:30, but I promised you I'd go through these, so we're going to go through these. All right, so these were pins that I got for a very, very, very good price at a yard sale. And I got 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 24, 4, 8, 36, 7, 8, 9. I think we counted 52. So I got 52 pins. Okay. And some of these are really old to where they don't even have the Mickey, anything Mickey on them. They're just old. They're just old pins. This one is limited edition 300. This says Walt Disney Imagineering. This is a Walt Disney Imagineering pin. Imagineering pin. This is a cast member only pin. Only cast members got these. And it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I love this pen. Big pirate buff. If I were to sell this pen, it would probably buy all the pins that I bought that day from that gentleman 9, 10 times over. So, and I think he just wanted to be a nice person and sell them. This is the Flying Dutchman. It's a dangle. It's the Kraken coming out of the water, taking the Flying Dutchman down. Again, it has a date on the back, but no Disney markings. 2007. This is Pirate Goofy. I love this pen. That is a really cool pen. Thanks, Theo. I appreciate that. This is 3 out of 10. This Goofy, it says 3 out of 10, so it's a series. And it's a limited edition of 600. This one I thought was really cute. Never seen anything like this. In all my collecting, I've never seen a pin that advertised this. First day of summer in 2007. And then at the bottom it says Walt Disney World. And look at Tink. Got her sunglasses on. Got her surfboard. She's ready to go. And we're going to look at this. This is also a limited edition. 2007. Limited edition 1500. This one says, I like this when I read it. It says Wicked Wench Caribbean Cruises. It says you'll have a blast. And it's Tinkerbell as a pirate. How about that? Caribbean Cruises. This one is 2006. Disneyland. This was a gift with a purchase collection. So this you could only get if you purchased something. Isn't that cute? I mean, that's just cool to know you had to purchase something in Disneyland to get that pin. Oh, I agree with you, Katie. You know, it is amazing when you go through collections like that to see what people, what they chose. Okay, so this one you all might have heard of, but I'm going to show you what it does. It's a spinner. Okay, and we know who this is, right? That's Stitch. But if you turn it around, It's his girlfriend, and I know her name, and I had it. I'm like, I know her name. And Katie's gonna put it up there. I know she is. And right when she puts it up there, I'm gonna go, yes, that's it. So this one, and which is very interesting about this, thank you. She's an angel. That's why I should know that. So this one, this is very interesting, this pin. So this pin is from the Pirate and Princess Party at Magic Kingdom 2007. And this, A Night of Enchanted Adventure, this was held at the castle. And that's the only way you could get this pin. And this pin, it says 2007. And it says something else. Limited edition 4,000. All right. This one I thought was pretty cool. This is a 2-in-1. This pin has no markings on the back other than a Disney pin trading. It is from 2004. It says Disney. Now I'm gonna bring this in on my board. Look at that. That's Maleficent on one side and Maleficent as the dragon on the other. All in one pin. Isn't that cool? And how's it better holding up like this? Yeah. I think that's really neat. Then I saw this one. This is from 2006. It doesn't say it's an LE, but it's a Halloween pin. And it's Minnie Mouse dressed up as Maleficent. I've never seen that. Nick, good to see you, bud. Have a good night's sleep. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for saying hello. And then, if you thought that was cool, this one's going to be even cooler. This one, if I'm not mistaken, did not have a date. This one came from the Disney store. Okay, it's not dated. It's a Disney pin. It's Daisy as Maleficent. And she's holding a Mickey popcorn bucket. I wish I could get that better. There we go. Daisy as Maleficent. Never seen these. And then we have Stitch on the Tower of Terror. This is from, most of these are 2006, 2007. And that's Stitch cutting, he's actually cutting the cord on the Tower of Terror on the elevator. Because that's who Stitch is. The next one is Peg Leg Pete. And this is 2007. It says, I'm sorry, it's 2008. This says Lucasfilms. And look who he is. Holding his helmet and everything. And then we have Yoda. Stitch is Yoda. These pins will go on my next whatnot. Every pin you're seeing tonight is going to go on my whatnot. And I'm going to put them on my preview panel. So if you go into my whatnot and you look under Dub Baker's Closet, because that's my whatnot, you'll see these pins. A preview. Darth Maul. Donald Duck is Darth Maul. And then you have Daisy Duck as somebody in Star Wars. I don't know who this person is. I looked it up and saw it, so I'll have to make my notes for my whatnot. She's definitely a Star Wars character. And all of these pins were in that bag. This was pretty cool. Stitch. He's the sinister guy. I don't follow Star Wars, being honest with you, so I just know he's the bad dude. We got a set of ears. Jack Skellington on a set of Mickey ears. I have a dangle from the this was Tokyo Disney Sea. This is I believe this is an artist proof. This is from Dale Smith Collection. Excuse me. So, if you look it up, Dale Smith Collection, and he made these for the opening of the Disney Sea. This is a limited edition 2000 from 2006. And this is a dangle. And it's pretty cool. I like how there's a world behind Mickey. I can go travel the world. Walt Disney World Resort Operations. Summer 2008. This is if I'm not mistaken, a cast exclusive. This is a cast member exclusive pin only. That's what it says on the back. Cast exclusive. And everybody's at the beach. Daisy was sick that day. She couldn't go. Let's keep it going. We're going to get into Halloween here. This is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And this is Donald. This is a limited edition. Limited edition 2000. Here's the cool part about it. He's dressed up as a vampire. And his jack-o'-lantern swings. It goes back and forth. It's loose. That's pretty good. I call that a dangle. And it says Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, Magic Kingdom, 2006. And these limited edition ones, these are the ones that are really going to get the attention on Whatnot. And the next one here is also a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, also from 2006, also a limited edition 2000. 2006. 20 years old, guys. 21. Now, do you know who he is? Look at the picture. He's the gravedigger from Haunted Mansion and his dog. Isn't that cool? All right, now we're going to go into these pins. I didn't know much about them until I started looking them up. These are sorcerer's pins, sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. And these pins were not, they weren't, let's try to get a year off of here. I want to think that says, I can't read the date off of that. Maybe another one. But these are sorcerer's pins. And we've got a bunch of them. Got Scar. And these are in really good shape. You notice I go back and forth and up and down. There's no scrapes on these. Like they weren't, just mishandled. These were taken care of. I'm sure they were in that bag he had. And then let me see if there's a date, if I can make out the date on Ursula. Double check here. If I'm not mistaken, this says 2012. So if anybody knows anything about these sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, there's Ursula. Love this one. I love this character. I don't think this character gets enough love. Yeah, these are 2012. Yzma. I love Yzma. She does not get enough love in my book. Pull the lever, Kronk. See, that's what I thought. If you were going to repurpose Splash Mountain for whatever reason, make it to where your tube goes up and stops, and there's literally 3 ropes there, and one is a little bit longer, and you just literally go to reach for it, but you go down before you can reach for it. And then she yells, "Wrong lever, Kronk." That's what I thought. How many were? And I don't. That is a good question. I should look up that information, Katie. That would be good information for me. And here's Cruella. Thank you for mentioning that. I like that idea. Cruella de Vil. Oh, she said there were 10. All right. Well, out of 10, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 out of 10. I have Hades. Hades. Okay. Now I have Pete's a pizza, extra attitude at no additional charge. This also is a limited edition. Oh, wow. Excuse me. This is a surprise pin. Read that. Surprise pin. Limited edition, 1,000. That's very interesting. And this is from 2004. What I'll have to do also is look these up in my book. Where's my books? If you don't have these books, see if you can go find these books. Try to find these. I have volume 1 and volume 2. They don't make them anymore because the gentleman that started them, and I think even his partner now, are both deceased. Find these books. Look for these books and find these books. These are good books to have. Just pages upon pages upon pages upon pages of pins and pins and pins. And that was early, and that stopped. My gosh, this edition, this was in its third running, and it stopped in 2000. This is actually fourth printing, 2010. Okay, but if you want to know about pins, that's what you want. This is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. This is also a limited edition. This is Chip and Dale, 2006. This is a limited edition 2000. Chip and Dale. They got their pumpkin. They're having a good time. Chip's dressed up as a skeleton. Dale's dressed up as a farmer or a scarecrow. We're going to keep with the theme of Halloween here. We are in 2006. Still we're at limited edition 2000. Mickey as a vampire. And Minnie as a witch, and she's scared. There is a pin out there that says, I don't bite. And it's Mickey as a vampire. I have it somewhere in here. It was recalled by Disney because they thought it put a wrong light on Mickey Mouse. So they recalled it. So if you ever find it, keep it. 2006, limited edition 2000. There's Pluto. He's out in the graveyard. He's scared. Limited edition 2000. This is Daisy the Witch flying around on her broom. 2006. This one says, I'm no prince. And this is Jack Skellington. This is actually says Touchstone Pictures, 2006. I'm no prince. Now the next one, these, if you look these up, these are pretty sought after now because people that collect Disney dollars are collecting these. This is no LE, but it's from 2008. And can anyone tell me who is on that $10 bill? Katie, you cheat. But she's right. It's Figment. That is Figment. And we have, if I'm not mistaken, yep, on the $100 bill from 2008 also, we have Scrooge. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Gonna spin around on me. We have Scrooge. That one's going to spin. We'll hold it from the other side. We have Scrooge McDuck. And it says on the front, the Mickey Mint. $100. Main Street Reserve Note. It has a Disney D and it has Tinkerbell on it. And I also have some smaller ones. These are really small. I'm telling you, this guy had a really good collection and just wanted to give it to somebody. Didn't really think much of what he had. If he did, he probably would have kept it and do what I'm doing with it. This is 2006. I think it's 2006. It says 3 of 3. And these are in little plastic bags I have here. Where'd that bag go? There it is. And this is a Donald Duck $10 bill pin. And this one says Disney dollars. And these were way before the other ones were coming out. And that's small. I mean, that pin is it's a small pin. Compared to these, and it's pretty small. These were in little plastic bags, little tiny plastic bags. So they'll go back into the little tiny plastic bags. I want to keep the air off of them and any type of foreign oils or anything off of them. So I have Donald. I have Goofy. He's a $5 bill. And I have number 1. And everybody knows number 1. Everybody knows number 1 is the boss. Mickey. He's on the $1 bill. So last but not least, I have a bus. And the bus I thought was very cool. The bus says, happiest celebration on earth, Walt Disney World. And it is super, super cool. And the bus is a series of, there's 4 or 5 different buses. And this is from 2005. And it says, happiest celebration on earth. And that's what the Disney buses, I guess, looked like that year. Let me see if I can put this on. See if I can put this on black velvet. Thank you all again for being in here. His trash is my treasure. I agree with you. This one does not want to come off of here. I'm not going to force it. It doesn't want to come off, so I'm not going to force it, guys. We're just going to set it back down in here. Now, there's 4 more pins that I want to show you. Actually, there's more than 4 pins. I'll show you these guys real fast. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Plastic bags or have a ceiling fan on. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. That's a dangle. This is Dale as a pirate shooting a cannon. This is a dangle, Pirates of the Caribbean, and the dangles are the key to the chest, his Jack's compass, and a little Jack Sparrow. That's what that is. And that's a dangle. And I've never seen this one. And I collect pirate pins like crazy. So that one I'll probably add to my chest. Now these I found out these were cast exclusives. You could only get this if you were a cast member. And it says special promotion. And it says Now, this is what's cool with the 25 years, okay? This one says Disney pin trading around the world, Magic Kingdom. And they're hidden Mickeys. And the date on this pin says 2007. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put all of them, all four of them. Put all four of them on my black velvet here. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I got a really nice message the last time I did this, and you know, the person that sent it said, continue to do more of these. I'm very interested in pins. I love your collection. I'd love to see more. So I'm like, okay, we'll definitely do more. Jonathan. Hello, Gloria. When did you slide in here? Here you are. And here they are. There's one from every park. Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, and look at the Hollywood Studios one. That's here. Let me go back in here this way. Let me go back in here this way. Maybe the camera won't pick up my hand. And I'm doing this way because StreamYard took away my accessibility to another camera. So that's what MGM used to look like. And that's what it says, MGM Studios. And Epcot. These I might just keep I do too. I do miss that. Yeah, I might just keep these for myself. So I really like these. So where did there you go. Did I pick it up? There it is. So, but those are the pins for today. If you missed anything or you think someone else would like this, do me a favor. Click on the link, send it to somebody that you think collects pins. Anyone that's interested in, what I normally do is I show some of my, or at least one of my pin boards. My pin boards are here to the left. If you haven't seen any, these are my pin boards. I'm not going to put my pins on any old pin board. I'm not just going to, put them on anything. I made this one. I refabricated this. This is the way I made it. It's got a hanger right there on the top. Okay. And it's got a nice shine to it. I cleaned it up real nice. This is black velvet on definitely on corkboard, but then there's another material that's behind this, okay, that when you put your pins on this, they lock in. If you want to see it, you want to see a pin on these? Let me see. Let me grab a pin. Let me grab this pin. This is my Disney security pin that I have sitting up on my desk here. Okay, just to give you an idea of how your pins will look on a pin board such as this. That's how your pins will look. Okay, and that's one pin. Okay, you can look at some of my pin boards. Some of my pin boards have, some of my pin boards are crammed with pins. Some are not. It depends on what I was going for. This is one of my really big pins here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these. I didn't show you these. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here, let me show you these. This was also in that collection. Villain Bad Boys. And these are all the bad villain dudes. There's Hook, Scar, Cherubog, Hades, the wolf from Pinocchio. All right. So as well as there are bad boys, you know what else comes with bad boys? Villain girls, bad girls. Look at those. Look at that. Have you ever seen this pin? This pin's huge. And I mean, it's big. If you want to compare it, I'm going to drop my pin board here. Want to compare it to a quarter? There you go. There's a quarter. And that's literally right up against it, side by side. That's how big this pin is. This was also in that set. And I'm going to keep those two. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to put one of these pins on there. I'll put it right up there in the corner. What's this one? We'll put Woody, Sheriff Woody over here. So that's what your pins would kind of look like. Okay. And the cool thing is they don't come off. They don't come off. Okay. So if you push them in really good, they'll be on there forever. And your pins don't go through a lot of motion anyway. But just so you know, I make really good quality pin boards. So if you know if somebody out there is looking for a good quality pin board, please give them my information. Let them know. I will send them pictures. Oh, here's the bag. Here's the pin bag. And guess what it is? It's a cast member gift bag. Walt Disney World cast member on the bottom. So this guy was a cast member. So it was a cast member bag. And it's nice. It's nice to take this. It's got the it's got the zipper pockets so you can put more pins in, and it's got felt in between. So if you have your pins here, showing here, you turn your felt here and you can have your pins showing there. You can have your pins here. So what you do is you put them in, and it's a pin bag, but you put, let me put a pin in here. Let me grab this one. All right, so I'll use one of the Green Army men, and I'll put him in here, and I'll put the backing in here. So when he's there, when you go to turn the page, it's black, it's like felt. You turn the page, and then you can do that to here. So every page is like that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 12 ways. You know how many pins? How heavy this would be? And then on the back, you have a little zipper bag. And then you have a place for pens. Look at that. They even did a place for you can have your pens and some notepads. So you want to take somebody's information. But it's pretty cool. So, yeah. So I just wanted to show you that. That's pretty cool. I might even start using that in the park. If I take that many pins. So it does. Again, this is back in the day. I mean, this is back 2006, 2007. You know, they didn't know where this stuff was going to go, you know? So, well, I appreciate you all being here and my moderators, you know, Jonathan, Paul, Katie Y, you know, Kelly in the parks, you know, thank you so much. It's so nice having you guys here, and all that came in to say hello, you know, thanks. And Jason, you know, thanks for being here. It means a lot. I'm on the push. I'll have more information coming in June about some other stuff. I'm going to try to possibly do the marathon next year. I want to start training for that and do the marathon. I'm going to try to get a sponsor for that. Appreciate you, Theo. Thank you so much. I'm going to try to get a sponsor for that because that is a pretty costly event. But I do want to I want to do that for a cause. Get a sponsor and then do it for a cause. Not for me. Just you know me. If you know me, you know me. Do it for people that have less than I do. And I should be drinking more water and doing less talking. because that's what I want to do. But I think June is definitely going to, be some new beginnings in June. Walt, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you? Walt, if you don't know Walt and Melissa from Mouse Talk, check them out. Really good people. They were actually over at one of the new hotels, one of the newest hotels over there by Epic Universe. Check out Walt and Melissa on Mouse Talk. Good people. Have a great commentary when they're in the parks together, and just good outlook. Melissa does a show now, Take My Money. I love that. I think it's great. As you can see in the background, Walt, they definitely got some of my money. And Walt does Orioles baseball, and he does play-by-play. So check out Mouse Talk's channel. So I'm just glad everybody was in here. Thank you so much. And Walt, I got to get with you because I still have your gift sitting over here on my desk. I'll have to get with you guys when one day at the park. I'll bump into you. I hope that's soon. So, and again, June will probably bring some new beginnings for me, and I'm looking forward to that. But until then, you're very welcome. But until then, just keep supporting, growing and striving channels out there. It's always good to try to support creative YouTubers out there. I always say this, the YouTube dial just keeps going and going. There's so many channels on it. There's a channel for everybody. But support your local creators when you're out there. If you see them in the park or you hear me mention them, say, hey, I heard about you on the Disney Bakers channel. I checked out your channel and I liked it and I subscribed to you. Let them know. It's all of us. We're all out here just having a good time, expressing what we feel and our take on what Walt Disney World and what Walt Disney, what his dream meant to us and means to us. And because there are millions of people that come to the parks every year, and there are millions of people that'll never, ever get to a park. So hopefully they take a little bit of what we can show them and they take it and they enjoy it. So do that. And again, what do we got going on here? We'll probably pop in again next week. And I'm going to try to go live from the park. The week after that one, maybe the last week in April, because I'm going away, a good kind of away, but I'll be back, and I'll tell you all about that when I get back. But we'll probably see you next week. Thank you, all my moderators, all my friends, and as I always say, TTFN, ta-ta for now, peace, love, and pixie dust hugs. And pixie dust hugs will have to do until we meet in person. I'm Chris, the Disney Baker. Thanks for hanging out with us, and share a hug with someone and call somebody and tell them you've been thinking about them and you love them. Disney Baker signing off till next time. Thanks. Go see Pete. Oh, and Dad Builds. They're both on. Go check them out.